We're back. What's going on, everybody? It's been a long time. I had a sinus infection. It was not great. I felt like garbage. So we apologize for not having a podcast, but we are in fact back. The Wee Ball podcast is here. And Tyler, how are we doing, my brother?
We're doing pretty good. We're back finally. We keep, we come back a little hiatus, but now we're feeling comfortable. We're feeling good. We're both feeling healthy. We continue to settle into the college lifestyle, and we're back. So we got sports to talk about. We got some drafts. It's gonna be exciting.
I've been sick so many times. I was sick, concussed, sick. It's been rough this first semester, but I'm vibing. I'm getting back into it. But yeah, I think first we have to talk about probably one of the greatest games of football I have ever watched personally, and that would be Vikings Bills. Incredible. My roommate is in fact a Vikings fan, and he was watching it in here because he can't stand all the Eagles fans who were watching it in our main room. Come back in here. This kid's literally like a toddler because Justin Jefferson made one of the most impressive catches of all time. I won't say best catch of all time. That's still Odell, but one of the more impressive.
You don't have to lie. That is when it comes to purely like the catch itself, that is the best catch of all time.
Yeah, Odell's catch is the best catch of all time.
No, Justin Jefferson's catch.
Okay, no.
In my opinion, the best catch of all time. Also, like, are we gonna take into
He
account,
held it on a guy. He had help. It wasn't in a real one-hander. Doesn't count.
I would argue that makes it more impressive that he had to strip it away from another guy with his left hand, like as he's falling to the ground.
Okay. Stephon Diggs' catch, purely as a catch, not taking in the moment. If anything, Stephon Diggs' catch in that same game was a better catch. He just hopped up and grabbed it like this. More impressive.
That's like
OBJ was literally.
But that's stuff they're doing in practice, like all the time. Like the Diggs catch is stuff that they can do in practice, like all the time.
Dude, I've never seen
a 1 in a million catch from Justin Jefferson.
No, I don't believe.
Like that's not going to happen anytime soon. It's like never like going to happen anytime soon.
Okay, David Tyree's catch is more impressive.
I would argue it's not. I think the moment is more impressive because it happened in the Super Bowl. But as a standalone catch, you just discounted Justin Jefferson's catch because you said that there was a defender in the area and like helped him
posted it onto his hand. The defender held it.
Tyree, and Tyree literally held it onto his own helmet. It's not even like he caught it with his hand.
You hear that? Do you hear that? Hold on. Do you hear the words? He held it onto his own helmet.
And Justin Jefferson held it onto the other dude's arm.
The defender was trying to get it out. He couldn't because David Tyree's him. I've met that man. Fun fact. But yeah, that wasn't even the best part of the game. Pat Pete called out the Bills wide receivers. Did you hear that?
I did not. What happened?
He basically said that everyone knows what routes they're going to run on the goal line, and that's why they're not effective down there.
Wow.
Because they all have tells and they all run the same 3 routes is basically what he said.
I mean, the Bills like run a lot of the same just like stuff repetitively, I feel like anyway.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, we saw it with like the whole Jets game like the week prior where every time they motion Stephon Diggs one way, he usually runs like the outbreaker, like they come back to that side. And I mean, they finally like developed a counter for it and it was like a huge shock. So like, I mean, I feel like they run a lot of the same stuff, but I don't really know. I mean, I would have to like look at the film to see like what the actual tells are. But the fact that Pat Pete's seeing it, I mean, he is like a veteran corner who was like dominant at one point in time. And he had what, 2 picks?
Yeah, he had the game sealer, the game winner.
Yeah, and another pick, I think, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we said QB sneaks got set back about 30 years this past weekend. And that game was definitely a part of it. I don't understand how there are just quarterbacks who can't execute a QB sneak.
I don't understand why
like lines that can't do like, and also I don't understand why we're doing that on our own goal line when you have Josh Allen and you could just like run something to the sideline and like if he doesn't see it, you throw it away towards that sideline.
This is my thing, right? If you're gonna run a sneak in that situation, you give it to a fullback who has sure hands and can push people better.
And they have a good fullback too.
They have a good fullback.
It's like a very good fullback.
Yeah, like one of the best.
But do you want to run a direct snap on your own goal line to somebody who isn't a quarterback?
does it you're just taking it the quarterback fumbled anyways. The snap was bad anyways. So I don't think it matters. I feel like if you're gonna run it in that situation, it has to be to your fullback. You have to get some sort of breathing room to justify that play.
What are your thoughts on running something where you're giving Josh Allen like a little bit more steam on his own goal line, like something out of gun?
I mean, you could, but
I know it's like I just feel like we're not going to talk about the sneak as a bad play call if he doesn't lose the ball. And I feel like that's something that's like kind of I don't feel like that's something that if you gave Josh Allen like 99 times, like I feel like 99 times out of 100 he's not fumbling that snap. That's the thing.
The snap didn't get to him. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think it's something that's on him. Like I just think that's like if we're going to pull putting a fullback under there, how much does that change if the snap was just bad?
I trust the fullback to fall on it more.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I don't necessarily hate the play call because I mean I don't know.
I don't hate the play call.
I would love to do something different, like maybe like direct, like just snap it to Allen, have him boot out, and like try to get something on the run moving. Because then worst comes to worst, you can throw the ball away. I don't know. I feel like there's other things you can do with Allen, especially some of his size that.
Yeah, you're just running at a lot of really good D linemen in that situation, like directly at a lot of really good linemen in that situation. Like people don't talk about that Minnesota D line, but it's like rather good.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely good. They got dangerous guys up front. So I mean, like, I don't know. It was kind of it's a bad situation, obviously, when you're up against your own goal line. I just feel like I don't hate the idea of a sneak. I just, they had the worst case scenario, and I mean the Vikings eventually capitalized on it. So now we're talking about the Vikings as a team with one loss who are now tied for the NFC lead. I mean, I know they lost the tiebreaker to the Eagles, but still.
You know who's one game out of the NFC lead?
It seems like every single team in the NFL, in the NFC, because the NFC is for some reason not deep at all.
You know what's crazy? That's not true. It's the New York Football Giants. Because Brian Dable is him, Daniel Jones is insane, and we're gonna keep winning games. We're gonna keep getting lucky. I'm gonna be honest. This is mostly luck and play calling. But I appreciate this team.
Games against the Eagles left.
Yes.
Both of them? Okay. That's interesting.
Both versus the Eagles, both versus the Commanders, and one versus Dallas.
Wow, you've only played one division game?
Yeah.
How are you? Wait, have you guys had your bye?
Yeah.
You're 9 games into the season with one division game.
Yeah.
This is like, I mean, you guys have what? 7 wins?
Yeah, we're 7-2.
Yeah. Like, but this is going to dictate so much of your season. Like,
if we have to win versus the Lions, like it's non-negotiable, and then we have to go on a streak.
And you can. You're so much better up front than them.
Yeah.
And against the Lions, that's all that matters. You just have to hope that because they can drop. Is that in Detroit?
Yeah. No, at the Giants.
Okay, much better because on their home field they just drop like 30 a game for no reason. So you better hope that Jared Goff does not come with the masterclass.
Did we just ask if that game was in Detroit when it's this Sunday? And there's going to be a Bills game.
I had no clue it was this Sunday, but there is something else in Detroit this Sunday.
No snow game. I'm so mad.
The NFL does not like fun. The no fun league.
Again, no fun league.
And they have decided that they do not want Devin Singletary literally like not able to see because the snow is coming up over his eyes. He will not be. He would be invisible. He would be covered in snow from head to toe. But they don't want that. They would rather say, we don't want to see 6 feet of snow and see the next Blizzard game. We're going to go play it in a dome in Detroit. I was so hyped for the idea of getting another snow game. It felt like this season, we had very weird season starting off. Primetime games were bad. And it felt like we were finally getting into a stretch where we're kicking in a midseason form. And now we're not getting the snow game we want.
Okay. This is what I'm mad about. Nobody's talking about these poor families that now have to probably change their entire Thanksgiving plans. They were probably all going to have because, don't the Bills play on Thanksgiving in Detroit?
Yeah, they're not going to be able to go back. I mean, they could hypothetically go back home, but is there a reason for it?
That's
Like,
why
they're
they're
probably
playing
going
in
to stay
Detroit.
there.
They're gonna stay there. All of the Bills families just got screwed out of a Thanksgiving. They have to completely change their plans. This is
I mean, to
the
be fair,
NFL.
they were going to be there on Thanksgiving anyway, but now they
Yeah,
can't do anything beforehand. They're just going to be
exactly.
stuck
That's
in
what I'm saying.
Detroit for 4 days. And I mean, ain't much to do there, but
I mean, the NFL doesn't love family. The NFL's not about family. This is,
wow.
this is
You went from the NFL doesn't like fun and snow to the NFL hates family.
they hate the idea of
The
family
no
and
family
togetherness
league.
and being thankful for things.
The no family league strikes again.
Can we say that on a podcast?
I don't know.
I think we should. I think we should leave this in. Obviously, these are all jokes. Like, yeah, their Thanksgivings are probably ruined, but I don't think the NFL hates family. It's a little much.
No, I think we have to. There has to be a little bit of a retraction and like warning on that statement. I think.
Yeah, no, that was 100% satire. I was completely joking. Roger Goodell, please don't smite me. But yeah, it's I think it's still going to be like a decently good game. I think now that it's in Detroit, we're going to get to see why Josh Allen should be a dome quarterback, because he's going to throw for probably 1 billion yards against the Cleveland Browns instead of throwing for probably 2.
We were gonna get that Mac Jones game where he threw like 3 passes, except this time it was gonna be Josh Allen, and I was excited for it. But I wanted to see Josh Allen just getting direct snaps in the snow, running QB power like 15 times, like it's probably the 1940s. I was so excited for just direct snaps to Josh Allen the entire game, but
dude, oh man,
honestly, I'm so mad that this isn't a snow game.
Dude, I love
now
football.
It's just a normal game between like a great team and a bad team.
Yeah, now it's gonna be so boring. Like, I'm not watching this game now.
This game is like gonna be like probably a blowout in the favor of the Bills, and we had a potential for it to just be like who doesn't want to go see Nick Chubb in a snow game where like you can't pass the ball?
He's gonna. I mean, I don't personally, because I want Saquon to win the rushing title. However, it would have been fun.
From an unbiased NFL fan perspective, you want to go see some of the one of the best running backs in the league go churn out yards in the snow. Like,
yeah, he's gonna have 40 rushing attempts.
He would have. Now he's gonna have probably 12.
Still will.
He actually
38 rushing attempts instead.
They were running against Miami down like a lot.
Yeah.
I actually want to see how many that was.
But yeah, I think this is going to be a fun NFL week. I mean, we're recording during Thursday Night Football because I am boycotting primetime, week time, like during the week football, because I think it's completely pointless. I'll watch the Thanksgiving games, but that's because it's Thanksgiving. It's tradition. I think primetime football is pointless. And speaking of Thanksgiving, I think it's time, Tyler.
I think it is. I think that, obviously Thanksgiving is next week. And what better to do than what we have done for pretty much, as many weeks as this podcast has been around? Let's do a draft.
Let's do a draft. Do you want the first pick? Or you want me to take it?
I think I'm gonna take it because I think there's no other thing that I could take right now than what is my 101 that we were literally just talking about. I'm taking Thanksgiving Day football. I know it might be a shock because there are other things on Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving Day football games.
I thought Turkey was going to be 1-1.
Turkey is the Jamarcus Russell of Thanksgiving.
Whoa. We're not doing this. You just haven't had turkey. You're like the NFL. You hate family and you hate turkey.
I hate family because I think turkey is mid. Turkey is there's a reason we don't eat turkey any other time of year unless it's like cold cuts on a sandwich.
Because
turkey is overrated, buddy.
All right. First of all, stop attacking my culture. All right?
Your culture.
I'm Italian. My grandmother's name is Marandino. How am I not Italian? All right. I call my grandma Nona. I mean, what do you want from me?
I can't do this. Okay, are you taking turkey or not?
I am not. I'm kidding.
All of this to not. Okay.
I'm taking turkey.
Okay, you're
Turkey
taking
is A1 like the steak sauce. I'm literally crying. No, but seriously, turkey is the best food out there. I eat turkey all the time. If you've never been to Wawa because you're a Florida boy, but
we're getting them. We're getting them soon. Don't worry.
So there's this thing at Wawa every Thanksgiving called the Gobbler, and it has hot turkey, stuffing. It's got all this food. It's a Thanksgiving meal inside of a hoagie. It's chef's kiss. It's beautiful. Eat one when you get a Wawa.
Will do.
But I genuinely believe that people underrate turkey because they want to make it special for Thanksgiving, and that's why we only eat it one time a year.
Okay. Well, I wanted this because I think it is like the perfect thing. You wake up in the morning, it's Thanksgiving, and like you're getting, it's the transition between fall and winter. And what does that better for like a nice family moment on your couch than watching the Thanksgiving Day parade? I'm taking the Thanksgiving Day parade 2-1. I was not the biggest fan at all times, like all the time, like when I was younger. But I think that it does the best. It does a perfect job of taking you from fall into winter, which is kind of what Thanksgiving is. It's kind of that last hurrah for fall. And even though, fall's not technically over at that point, you're moved on. And I think that's what it does. It moves you on.
All right. This is my second pick. Some people are going to love this. Some people are going to hate this. I'm going with the kids table. Kids table is the best. I mean, you're at Thanksgiving, all the adults are having, they're all talking, they're all being adults and stuff. And they're
all talking politics and like screaming at each other for no reason. And then you're just like, you're chilling.
You're with the boys, your cousins, you're just chilling with your family. You guys are laughing about stuff. You're on your DSs back in like 2011. You're sitting, the table's a little lower because you're children and they want to make you feel inferior.
Oh, yeah. And it was the one that got dragged into the dining room, too.
Yeah.
Like, they get the really nice table that they bought, but you got that, like, fold-out table, like the one that, like, Bills fans are jumping through. You've got that, like, dragged over to the table, and, like, it's connected, but it's not really. That's
in my family, we would have the main table, then we'd have, like, the younger, like, the second generation at, like, those fold-out tables, and then we just sat at, like, the porch table, but they dragged it into the living room, which was a step down. So we were like 2 feet below the table.
You're just looking under the other table.
We would sit there on this like glass table that was covered in like mold that was dragged in from this old lady's porch and just sat in the middle of her living room. There was like stuff falling off of it. There was leaves.
Yeah, but what's better than that?
It was ice cold, but I loved it. I would sit with all my cousins. It was great. It was the best. You literally couldn't beat it.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to take this because, you got turkey, which is like the main meal of Thanksgiving, but I don't know how your traditions with your families and everybody, how they do it. But I don't think there's anything better than on Thanksgiving. You eat, you take a break, you have that little food coma, you watch football, you can barely get up. And you come back in like an hour and you hear like it's time for dessert. And they roll and like you got like the pumpkin pie, there's like cookies, cakes, all these different things. My grandma always makes a bunch of stuff. My mom makes stuff. And you come out and the table is covered in desserts. I'm taking the desserts with the 3-1.
Okay. See, you've made a grave miscalculation. I thought you were going to steal my pick here. This is absolute value.
Is it food coma?
Hold on. This is absolute value right here. I'm going with Thanksgiving leftovers.
That's a great pick.
I thought that's where you were going with it. You're like, oh,
honestly,
grandma brings out the tub that you take home and like gives it to each group. You know what I'm saying?
That's a value pick. That's a real value pick with the third round.
I thought that was going to go earlier. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right. You're up.
4-1. You know what? I'm going to take the other part of that. I'm taking the food coma part. I'm taking sitting on your couch late, like, you have your Thanksgiving dinner and it's always a little too, it's a little early because, every meal for, every holiday meal's got to be eaten a little early. You're eating dinner at like 3 or 4, and then you come back and you pick on what's left a little bit later in the night. But that like hour after you've eaten and everything's setting in and you're just sitting back, relaxing, completely out of it. Like, I'm taking that moment.
Okay. I'm also going with a moment here at my four pick. I'm going with sitting with your family, going through old photos, telling like stories and stuff on the couch after dessert. Right before everybody kind of like starts to peter out and leave, watching like home videos on the old TV and stuff like that. Just that family moment when you're like going through old stuff, talking about like your parents when they were kids, your grandparents when they were kids, all that good stuff.
All right. Are we doing a 5th round?
I think we should, because I have a great 5th pick.
I got to think about this for a minute then, because honestly, it was not as prepared as I thought I would be.
You can go with another food.
Yeah, but I'm not. A lot of my traditions are not things that would fit the traditional Thanksgiving meals and food. So like, I'm not gonna go take a lasagna as my 5th round pick, but I think. This is interesting. I think I'm gonna take. I think I'm going to take the drive and like the moment when you get in the and you see everybody for the first time in so long, like, because it's a lot of family that you usually don't
getting
see
there,
often.
getting to
getting to like, it's usually who isn't like most of the time, it's at my grandparents' house and they're like decently far away. Not really, but like far enough that we're not going there all the time. And especially, coming home from college now, it's going to be great. Like getting in the car, you're all dressed up. And you go like over your grandparents' house and you go hug everybody and like see everybody that you haven't seen in so long. That's my pick.
All right. I am in fact going with the political conversation.
I strayed away from this on purpose. I strayed away from that pick literally on purpose. So I didn't have to like.
No, I'm playing. I'm not taking that. I just want to be clear. That was completely for jokes. But I do like to laugh at my family members when they talk about politics.
Oh, it's the best. And like you say something that you don't really mean, you like throw it in there, so then they'll keep like arguing. You just egg them on.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's the best. Like they'll be arguing about something and you'll throw in the complete opposite argument, and it's just complete. Like it makes no sense, but it gets them so mad. And then you just start laughing, dying about what they said.
Even when I was younger, I would just be like, so the economy, and just to piss my family off and just have them all talk about the state of the economy. It was jokes, but like I'm actually going with saying goodbye to family and springing into the Christmas season right when you get home. I would always get home like midnight from Thanksgiving and write my Christmas list because I wasn't allowed to do it until Thanksgiving was over, according to my mother. Mom, if you're watching this,
I agree with that. That's a good take by your mom. I think so. I think like
I agree. Mom, I loved that because
my parents always wanted me to do it like early. I mean, not before Thanksgiving, but they would like badger me to get it done, and I'd be like, I'm not sure yet. Like I'm still thinking.
Yeah,
and then I would be.
Go home. I would do it that night or like right in the morning, and we'd go get pancakes at like a diner. Be great. So I'm taking the change into Christmas.
Okay. All right. I think we both have pretty solid teams. Both
I think this is the greatest draft we've ever done. Just personally.
Like the different moments we have, there's just so much that Thanksgiving has. Honestly, like it is an underrated holiday. Like I don't usually think about Thanksgiving as like one of my favorite holidays, but like it really deserves more credit than it gets.
Yeah, no, I agree. And we here at the We Ball Podcast just want to say we hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. We're thankful for everyone who watched, listens, supports us. And go enjoy the holiday with your family. Enjoy some football. And thank you guys. Peace out.
Happy Thanksgiving, folks.
Get in, mates! Get in!
You didn't end the recording.